The image campaign started about 3-4 years ago when seniors at the superintendent student cabinet meeting spoke up and said, hey, we really want to see change happen, and by change we want to see the typical image of the Syracuse City School District in our community change. We don't want to see people always thinking, oh, kids just wear baggy pants, they're all negative and stupid, and they're all gangsters and all that stuff. They said, we want to see, you know, the positive image. We want to see what's real, what happens inside our school.
This imaging campaign is so important because we're really doing something in our community. It's a chance for us young people to stand up for what we think is right, and what is right is that our schools are good and they have opportunities, and people should know that. We have a lot of judgment on us that, you know, there's nothing about fights and gangs and this, which is not true at all.
The imaging campaign is so important to me because there are so many good things that go on in the Syracuse City School District, and I don't think people hear about it enough. So for us to really be putting that message out there to people, it just shows people a different side.
I've heard a lot of things. I've heard people talking about things that are really not true about the city school district. So when I heard from my guardians counselor that this was going on and it was about showing all the positive things that go on in the city school, I feel that it was a great idea to help and join in the process to show all the good things about the city schools.
The theme this year is From Here to Anywhere, SCSD will take you there, which means we brought people who graduated from the city schools and we brought them back to show everyone that Syracuse City Schools could actually take you to a future that you'd want to be in.
To me, From Here to Anywhere means, well, the here is the Syracuse City School District, and anywhere just means that the possibilities are endless of what you can go on to do. We've had a lot of success come out of the Syracuse City School District, and there's still a lot of success coming out.
I love learning about audio production. For the third phase, I basically did the whole audio production process, worked on Pro Tools and all of that, and I've always loved playing around with stuff like that, so it was great to work in the studio. Another great part is just working with other students and getting ideas and like the brainstorming process. We sat in a conference room and it was like a real work experience, and that's something that you don't usually get as a student.
There was a lot of really good things. My favorite was probably this year, talking to the alum, talking to all these really great people who've done so much, and they're just so excited to come back and help, you know, and just stick up for their schools because it was their roots and they're so great. Dan Maffei going to his office was awesome. Yeah, and interviewing was the worst part because it was just hard to get your voice right, you know, many takes, and it's kind of nerve-wracking to everybody looking at you when you're interviewing, but other than that, this has been a blast, and I'm going to really miss it.
The most important thing I learned from this process really is the teamwork, joining ideas, sharing ideas with friends, with those you work with, and, you know, the teamwork is one of the most important things that I learned.
My experience working on the campaign is a lot more than I expected. I knew I was going to be coming in to help promote the Syracuse City School District, but I also learned a lot about working with the technical side of things, making commercials and making spots, and I learned a lot about networking and making connections with people and getting them to help us.
I learned how to promote things, how to sell products, and I learned how to use different techniques as to get idea out there to people, like using computers to make posters and then using them to actually record people and get them out on the radio.
This experience has been crazy. I can't really describe it in words, but it's done so much for me, and it's just, I feel like I've accomplished so much that it just, at the end of the day, I feel like, you know, I've done something and I feel accomplished because of this internship.
From Fowler to Colgate.
From Henniger to NYU.
From Nottingham to studying math at Dartmouth.
To George Washington. To RIT.
From Science Club at Nottingham to Biology at Cornell.
From Henniger to Pre-Med at SU.
From here to anywhere.
SCSD will take you there.
From India to the Institute of Technology.
From the Ukraine to Corcoran High School.
From Jordan to Henniger.
From Liberia to Nottingham.
From France to Fowler.
From here to anywhere.
SCSD will take you there.
I'm Dan Maffei. The Syracuse City School District is extremely important to my family and me. I grew up in our public schools, and my sister, brother, and mother all work in the Syracuse Public Schools today. It was at Edward Smith Elementary that I first became interested in American history and government. That helped inspire me to pursue a career in public service. From a desk at Nottingham High School to a seat in the U.S. Congress, I'm Representative Dan Maffei, and I would not be where I am today without the Syracuse City Schools. From here to anywhere, SCSD will take you there.